Now, presidential leadership is not guaranteed. It is a choice. Biden, Harris, and the rest of the socialists will fundamentally change this nation. They want open borders, closed schools, dangerous amnesty, and will selfishly send your jobs back to China while they get rich. They will defund, dismantle, and destroy America's law enforcement. When you are in trouble and need police, don't count on the Democrats. They want to destroy this country and everything that we have fought for and hold dear. They want to steal your liberty, your freedom. They want to control what you see and think and believe so that they can control how you live. They want to enslave you to the weak, dependent, liberal, victim ideology to the point that you will not recognize this country or yourself. America, it's all on the line. President Trump believes in you. He emancipates and lifts you up to live your American dream. You are capable. You are qualified, you are powerful, and you have the ability to choose your life and determine your destiny. Don't let the Democrats take you for granted. Don't let them step on you. Don't let them destroy your families, your lives, and your future. Don't let them kill future generations because they told you and brainwashed you and fed you lies that you weren't good enough. President Trump is the leader who will rebuild the promise of America and ensure that every citizen can realize their American dream. Ladies and gentlemen, leaders and fighters for freedom and liberty and the American dream, the best is yet to come.
Wow. That was Kimberly Guilfoyle auditioning for America's very own North Korean-style propaganda channel here in the United States, and good news, she booked it. Seriously though, I just want to give a big congratulations to Guilfoyle and her speechwriter, Mussolini. I think you guys really nailed it. All kidding aside, as far as the Republican National Convention goes, Trump had said that he intends for it to be, quote, hopeful and uplifting. But what this speech by Kimberly Guilfoyle and others exposes is the Republican Party's inability to accomplish that goal, because it is fundamentally opposed to their entire foundation. The modern GOP is predicated on divisiveness and hate and bigotry. Trump's campaign was launched on the promise of banning Muslims and banning Mexicans from this country. So to pretend that they're just gonna pivot to hope and optimism all of a sudden is ignoring the fact that no one there is capable of actually doing that. And Kimberly Guilfoyle's cringeworthy speech is a testament to that. Between furious fits warning about our inevitable demise as a species if Joe Biden takes over, when she did try to do hope and optimism, she just morphed into if caps lock was a person. The point is that optimism does not compute for this party. It's not what they sell. You'd have more luck going into Home Depot for lasagna than expecting uplift from the GOP. What was par for the course was the fear-mongering about Democrats. The threats about open borders and closed schools and sending jobs back to China and installing socialism and the police sending your calls to voicemail and controlling what you do and say and forcing you to kneel at the altar of Nancy Pelosi while they force-feed you lattes and kale salads. The thing is, none of that is true. If you're a Republican and you have policy disagreements, fine. Bring them up, run on them, fight for them. But when your entire platform is bad faith fearmongering with no basis in reality, why govern? Why run against a straw man? Why shriek about something that neither side is defending? 0 Democrats are running on open borders, none. 0 Democrats are running on sending jobs back to China. 0 Democrats are running on eliminating every police officer and sending 911 calls to voicemail. As for our schools, Democrats' position is that kids' lives shouldn't be put at risk in the middle of a pandemic that's already killed 175,000 Americans. I know, radical, huh? And they know that, but they aren't capable of running on the truth. The issue here is that the GOP has to run on lies because they have no agenda beyond giving themselves tax cuts. That's it. And that's not going to win any elections, so they need to keep their base distracted with identity politics and culture war issues. That's why all we ever hear around election time is that there are immigrant invasions getting ready to storm your communities, because it's designed to scare people. They are only capable of governing by fear, and when the situation calls for optimism, what you're left with is some something akin to that Kimberly Guilfoyle speech where even her coffee is telling her to take it down a notch. If night one of the RNC showed us anything, it's that Republicans are desperate. They're grasping at straws and doing whatever they can to try and claw back support. So as things get more dire for Trump, you'll hear more outlandish lies and fear-mongering and threats. What they don't realize is that the vast majority of the American people reject their agenda and the person in charge of it. And Trumpian speeches like this one are only pushing the very voters that they need to reach even further away. While you're here, please subscribe to my podcast, No Lie with Brian Tyler Cohen, where I take a deeper dive into the week's biggest stories and interview major players in the world of politics, like Kamala Harris, Adam Schiff, Katie Porter, Nancy Pelosi, Cory Booker, Eric Swalwell, and many more. Again, that's No Lie with Brian Tyler Cohen, available anywhere you listen to podcasts.